Mind-blowing facts about your body. The human body is pretty amazing. We have skin to help protect us from pathogens and pollutants, a skeleton to allow us to move and protect vital organs, and a digestive system that can break down food, keeping the good bits and expelling the waste. The human body is made up of different types of cells, tissues, organs, and other biological systems, which are involved in carrying out different types of specific functions essential for maintaining a healthy life. The scientific study of the body's structures along with its functions are termed as human anatomy and physiology. Besides these structures and functions, there are numerous amazing facts about our body which we are all not aware of it. Listed below are a few interesting facts about the human body. These fun human body facts are a great starting point for learning more about the wonders of the human body. How often do we stop to consider how extraordinary our bodies are? These complex machines have millions of internal processes happening every second, all working together to keep us alive and well. Our skin can regenerate itself to heal a paper cut. Our tongues allow us to taste the spiciness of homemade salsa. And our eyes see everything from the blue sky to the pink polka dots on a sweater. And those are just a few of the amazing things your body does for you each day. The human body is perhaps the most complex compositions ever to have existed. Jeff Foster, medical director of UK-based healthcare provider H3 Health, suggests many of us take our bodies for granted. It is only when we spend the time looking at what is really involved in what makes us human that we realize how amazing our bodies are, he told Newsweek. This was something I started to learn about in med school, but 20 years on I am still finding out new, weird and amazing things about the body. Here are some of the most fascinating facts about your amazing body. 1. You contain trillions of bacteria. Dr. Natalie Carter, versus Arthritis Head of Research Engagement, said, "We have trillions of bacteria living in our bodies and helping regulate inflammation and disease. It has long been suggested they may affect our immune system and contribute to inflammatory arthritis, which affects over 430,000 people in the UK. Versus Arthritis is funding research studying the bacteria sharing our bodies so we can better understand their role in the development and potential treatment of inflammatory arthritis. 2. Your eye is your fastest muscle. Sharon Copeland, an optician at Feel Good Contacts, said the fastest moving muscle in the human body is the orbicularis oculi, capable of contracting in less than 1 divided by 1/100th of a second. She said, a blink typically can last 100 minutes 150 milliseconds. Did you know that you blink more when talking and less when you are reading? This is why you get tired when reading. The eye is the fastest muscle in your body, which is why we say when something happens quickly, in the blink of an eye. 3. 100,000 miles of blood vessels. Dr. Foster said, this includes veins, arteries, and communicating little capillaries that move between both. It seems like an unrealistic number, but if you imagine every single muscle, organ, bit of skin or nerve needs its own way of getting blood and taking it away, it's not surprising how much plumbing we need. Blood, the only fluid connective tissue which plays a major role in the transportation of nutrients, respiratory gases, hormones, in maintaining and regulation of body temperature, pH, and other thermoregulation processes. Blood is 6 times thicker than water and each drop of blood contains about 250 million cells. 4. Only 2% of humans have green eyes. Copeland said, that's right, only 2% of the population have green eyes. The largest concentration of green-eyed peoples is in Ireland, Scotland, and Northern Europe. All races, including Asian, African, Caucasian, Pacific Islanders, Arabic, Hispanic, and the indigenous peoples of the Americas, can have green eyes. All babies are born with blue or brown eyes. Green eyes can take between 6 months and 3 years to appear in children. 5. The skin is your largest organ. Dr. Foster said, the skin accounts for about 15% of our body weight and its importance is massively underappreciated. It keeps everything on the inside from coming out, but it also helps keep us at the right temperature, helps us with touch and sensation, allows us to move without restriction, heals and regenerates constantly, and much more. 6. When we breathe, we favor one nostril. Dr. Foster said, we naturally tend to alternate from one nostril than the other as this helps keep the air we breathe moist so as not to irritate our lungs. But our bodies give one nostril a break while the other is active, we just don't know we do it. 7. We don't know why we yawn. Dr. Foster said, many animals seem to do it, and there are different theories as to why we do. Some say it helps get more oxygen in, others think it helps regulate temperature. Either way, we all do it, we just don't why. 8. Eyes remain almost the same size your entire life. Copeland said, although our nose and ears keep growing throughout our lives, our eyes remain the same size from birth. By 3 months, our eyes are the same size that they will ever be as the corneas have reached their full width. She quotes Cornell University neurobiologist Howard C. Howland, who stated, human eyes grow rapidly in the womb and for the first 3 months after birth. This is thought to explain why babies are so cute, with their disproportionately large eyes gazing out from those little round faces. The longest cell in the human body is the motor neuron. The feminine egg is the largest cell and the smallest cell is the male sperm cell. The longest bone is the thigh bone and the stapes or stirrup present in the middle ear is the smallest bone. The hardest bone is the jawbone. Skin is the largest organ and pineal gland is the smallest organ in our body. The human tongue is the strongest muscle and the external muscles of the eye are the fastest, which are mainly involved in constantly moving, blinking, and adjusting the positions of the eye. 9. We erase and reform our memories. Dr. Foster said, "This is my favorite one. We imagine that when we remember an event or something in the past, it is like playing a recorded file in a computer. But actually our brain rewrites the memory each time we think of it, slowly altering it or twisting it over time. Therefore, the childhood memories we cherish may have actually been distorted by our brains over many years." 10. You're taller in the morning. Dr. Foster said, "If you ever look in the mirror in the morning, your stomach is flatter and clothes tend to hang better. Due to gravity, over the daytime our cartilage compresses to make us slightly shorter and our organs tend to settle." 11. You can't breathe and swallow simultaneously. Dr. Foster said, "This may sound obvious but is actually a deliberate evolutionary protective process that stops you accidentally aspirating, choking on your own food, or even spit. It also works as a way of suppressing a chronic tickly cough. Just swallow and you can't cough either." An average person breathes 20,000 times a day. The rate of breathing is faster in children and women compared to men. The deeper we breathe, the faster becomes the metabolism. 12. Every second, you produce 25 million cells. Prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells are two primary types of cells. These cells are differentiated based on the presence and absence of the definite nucleus. The prokaryotic cell was the first cell to be originated on Earth, later evolved the eukaryotic cells. Dr. Foster said, "Every new cell is reproduced from the template of our DNA. As we get older, it is therefore not surprising that this DNA template gets worn away and errors occur. We then age. Until we can keep the template perfect, it will always happen." For a final interesting, yet disgusting fact, your body sheds about 8 pounds of dead skin a year, and most of those cells settle as the dust in your home. All in all, your body is amazing. The way it functions is remarkable, and we often take it for granted. Take the time to discover and appreciate all it does for you each day. These were a few interesting human body facts. For more facts, subscribe our channel.